Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are. How many of you people have actually been over to tuckercarlson.com and watched the interview with Putin and him talking about, I'll label it as the silliness is going on. You get we're all in the matrix. Like me, whether you take a red pill, you're still there. It's not often that I want to talk about politics, poly being many, ticks being bloodsuckers, but when you can see the gross misconduct financially, just the whole infrastructure set up with the poly crises going on, whether it's fuel, electric, gas. Again, none of these things were we short of, but obviously through the fear mongering, the nudge unit and 77th Brigade based at Whitehall, through all this stuff that's been going on over the years, and the labelling, because being a convidiot, I'm also been labelled, anti-Semite and all the rest of it. And yet, if you watch that interview with Tucker Carlson, not once did Putin badmouth anyone. Not once. He didn't put down the Bushes who he'd met, and and Clinton. None of those people did he badmouth or speak ill of. In the words of the late Dr. Stephen Covey, never speak ill of those absent, for you will lose those present. And yet, as you see the pantomime through the Sunak, unelected I know, and also the other distractions going on with the medical cartel, you can see with the royals and the other labelled dis-eases, it's just, you never want to switch off mainstream media, because it literally is almost like a genocidal pantomime which invites you and I to get really angry or annoyed, batting one side or the other. Or maybe you're one of these people that think that Starmer, who doesn't know what a woman is going to be the saviour. You've maybe heard me say this before. Whether you go red or blue, it's the same butt, just a different cheek. In all honesty, it doesn't matter who's in power, because the other infrastructure is already in place. It's like the game's the same, but the players change. Are you with me? So the invite, as always, is to seek your own communities. Get to know your local farmers. If you can, like we do, we get organic food delivered every Wednesday. And find like-minded people. It's not about making those that aren't wrong. Obviously, we all live together, and hopefully it's in peace and harmony. It's not about making them wrong, but just be mindful of the labels and also what side you take on anything. And yeah, 2024 is going to be another really exciting year. You know this. And the thing I'm mindful of is that where our intentions go, so comes our experiences. And obviously what you resist is constantly reincarnated. So just be mindful about what you're focusing on, where you're putting your energy. And there's always a more peaceful, loving way to deal with all situations. But it's for you and I to find what that is. Yes, we can take advice, although I often say the best advice you can take is your own. But really, be mindful about, again, your environment. Seek out other media like Tucker Carlson, like GB News. And if you can, just be aware that mainstream media, all the Telegraph, the Guardian, the Times, they're all bought and paid for. The BBC, all bought and paid for. I mean, the 10th biggest donator to the BBC is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's for the charity part of the BBC. Really? Great philanthropist. Really? So moments that you and I have to so-called wake up, because once something's on your radar, it can't be removed. Once it's there, you can see it. You can't unsee it. And with that information, then you can move in a different direction, peacefully, calmly, lovingly. So please check out the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin, because I'll tell you now, I mean, I'd always been told by mainstream media that he was this evil, bad person, but I connected with that guy, and he really does care about his community, about where he lives, and managing those people around. And I'm not a communist, just like I'm not a Buddhist or any other label you can think of. Maybe a part of me may have certain aspects of those things, but that's not who I am. So just please, open heart, open mind, and look at other sources. And with that, hopefully you and I can come together in the knowing that everything's perfect, everything's right, and we will all get through this. And for those of us that are labelled as asleep, then maybe they have a shorter path. However, in any one moment, we can change our direction. Be like Aikido, be flexible. As always, my love, bye for now.